Hello everyone, welcome to the next session of our training. In this session we will be discussing about how to connect Microsoft Excel to SAP system. So first what we will see is how to create an object as SAP function object, and how to define SAP logon parameters, and how to verify whether we are successfully able to log into SAP or not. Let us open our Microsoft Excel and create a workbook. We open our Microsoft Excel. Let us save this file as an SAP logon file. Let's give a name, SAP logon. Okay, this is an Excel file at the moment. Since we are going to create macros or Visual Basic applications, which is in turn called as macros in Excel, so we have to save this file as a macro enabled file. Otherwise you will not be able to save that specific VBA program. Okay, so SAP logon, we created a file. Now let us go to our VBA screen. We go to developer and Visual Basic. We came to our screen. Now I will go to insert a module. Okay, now we will create a subroutine here. Sub SAP training. This is our subroutine. In Excel, if you want to have some text in your program, you always start with a colon, then you type something, then it will be a text. So it's always better when you create any such kind of programs that you give some meaningful explanation about why we are doing this program. First, what we are trying to do, define SAP logon. Okay, this is what we are trying to do here, and this is for created for training. Okay, first what we need is a SAP system, of course, and a user ID and password. So we have an SAP system here and user ID and password. So let's find out more detail about this. So let's go to our So this is our SAP logon screen. First let's see how to log into SAP. Let's double click on this SAP ECC6. This is the login screen of SAP. The information what we have is client 800. The username is SAP buddy. This is not case sensitive, and the password is case sensitive, UDMYVBA01+. Okay, then press enter. Now we are able to log into our SAP system. This is the main SAP screen. Okay, now we need to find out what are all the other informations what we have discussed already. Let's go to edit mode and see, this is a description, and we need the application server. It can be a server name or the system name or IP address. So our server is (192.168.1.52), and we have instance number version number which is 00, and our system ID is PRT. Actually the system ID is not necessary for us for login to call the remote function. We just recorded it. And SAP router, we don't have it because it is in the local system. Right now the PC which I am demonstrating is in the same domain and same network of the SAP server which exists. So if it is in a different place or in a different network, then you can use SAP router to connect between these two systems. Cool. So in our case we don't have it. Okay, let's cancel this. So we got the logon detail of our SAP system. So we can minimize this one. Okay, now let's see how to log on from SAP. First thing is we need to define SAP as a variable, or the connection, the object what we are going to create as a variable. For that the statement what we will be using is dim, let's say sheet 1 as worksheet or workbook, this kind of. So you can define this variable sheet 1 is a worksheet or a workbook. So this is for the dim statement. So in our case we will define dim SAP as object. This is an object. Okay, once we define the SAP, okay, you can also give a command here, define SAP as object. Then that will be a command. When you see this green color, that means it's a command, it's not going to be executed. Okay, now we need to create the object, or we need to define the object. So for that we will use the command set. Set means set the variable SAP equal to create object, which we have seen in our previous presentation. Then SAP dot function. So we defined SAP as an object. Now we set object for the variable SAP as an SAP function. Now we need to define the logon parameters for this SAP function. Okay, now let's say define logon. Okay, then let's say SAP dot connection dot user. That is our first parameter. Our username, we already have it here. Let's keep it in our site. Our username is SAP buddy. I got an error message since this particular statement what we wrote here is incorrect, or it is incomplete. That's the reason it's an error. So we need to have a value here. So if you can see here, this is how easy this VBA is, that the way you start programming or way you start writing the code, at the same time you will know whether what you are doing is correct or not correct. Okay, SAP connection user is SAP buddy. Then our next parameter is the password. SAP dot connection dot password equal to this is our password. We have given in a opening and close brackets because this is a text. So the next parameter what we have is the client. Let's say SAP dot connection dot client equals 800. This is the client. Client means in each SAP system there can be multiple clients, more than one client. Okay, so if you work in SAP, that's when we seen when we log into our SAP system that in the initial login screen the client number was 001. Then we change it to 800. Like this, you can have multiple client in SAP system. The client which we are going to log in is client 800. So this is next parameter. Our fourth parameter is SAP dot connection dot application server. That is our SAP server. So the application server, we have our IP address, which is quite easy, 192.168.1.52. Then the instance number, SAP dot connection dot, here we call this as system number, which is 00. Then we need to define language, logon language. If you have seen in our initial screen, when you double click here, we got a logon language. We did not enter anything because by default it will be English. It's a system setting, but here we need to specify the logon language. So SAP dot connection dot language equal to EL. Okay, and in our case we don't have router, SAP router. So let's assume if you have SAP router, then you can also specify SAP dot connection dot router equal to, you will have some string. It will start with /h/ something like this. In our case we don't have it, so we just leave it blank. You can also leave it blank. Parameter is not router, it's like SAP router. Okay, connection dot SAP router. So now we define all the parameters which is required to log into the SAP system. Now let us check. Now let's log into the system. Log on to SAP. So for that we will use an if condition. If, let's say, our object SAP dot connection dot log on, the value 0, true, it should be true, which is not equal to true, then we will have a message box saying we can't log on to SAP system. If it is not equal to true, then we will have we cannot log on to SAP system. If it is true, else message box. We can log into SAP system. So whenever we start a if statement, we have to end the if, otherwise the loop will not finish completely. So right now we have defined all the parameters. So now let us try to execute this program. So far it looks everything is fine. It seems the program is correct. Okay, maybe it's not correct. Let's see. Let's run this program. Oh, we have an error. ActiveX component cannot create this object. Now we have an error, but we don't know where is this problem. So if you say end, it will end the entire VBA execution. But if you click debug, then it will go to the place where we have an error. We define an object SAP create object SAP dot function. It is functions. Yes, we have a spelling mistake here. So we can continue executing from here. If I press F5 again, it will run till the end. Let's press F5. We can log into SAP system. This was our message. Okay, and if you wanted to see the step by step, then we can use F8. Each step you press F8, then execute one line. Okay, we can log into our SAP system. So let's make some mistake here. Let's say I have client 100 where I don't have this user. Let's try to execute. We cannot log into the system, so our client is only 800. Okay, so we can verify like this how to log into the SAP system. So right now we are able to create a object, SAP object with an SAP dot function, and we define all the logon parameters, and we verified whether the SAP was able to log into SAP system or is not able to log into SAP system. Okay, it is always better whenever you connect to an SAP system, make a verification, so in the initial stage itself that we know that you're able to log into the SAP system. I will save this file, and this file will be available for you during this file these programs which we are discussing in each topic wise, which will be available for you to download in our website sapbuddy.com using FTP server. In the end of this training we have one specific session how to log into the FTP servers and download all the sample files. We apologize, we cannot upload these files into Udemy as an Excel file, since you need to download it from the FTP server directly. With this we are coming to the end of this session. Thank you very much for listening. I will see you in the next session. Bye bye.